think I'm live. Hi. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I think I should be live by now. I hope. I don't know. Sometimes it's really confusing with YouTube. You don't know when it actually starts the stream exactly. You know, you might have a slight idea of when that's gonna happen, but it's the exact moment. You know, you can't really pinpoint that all too well. I don't think so. It is yeah. I don't know. Sometimes. And wow, hi, Razzle, hola, ¿qué tal? Muy bien. Wish I was 31 again. Time speeds up as you get older. Wishing you many more birthdays to come. Enjoy. J. Cree, thank you very much for saying that. Hi, by the way, everyone. Hi. Tobi, hi. And Tiffany, thank you very much. Vielen lieben Dank für die Geburtstagsglückwünsche. Du bist heute in München, sehr cool. Dann viel Spaß in München. Ich war noch nie dort, aber bestimmt werde ich irgendwann auch mal München besuchen. Nächste Woche Deichbrand. Ja, viel Spaß. It ain't easy when it's hard. Thank you very much. That's a very clever and smart thing to say, actually. Yeah, thank you very much, and hi. Carl Creighton, hi. Naomi Lago. Hi, and greetings to Brazil from Germany. Thanks for tuning in, Naomi. What time is it in Brazil right now? Jakey, love the name. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. And cheers, greetings to Romania, of course, as well. Romanian, that would be in German. Martina Livulanga, hi, and thank you very much, not only for the support, because I see that down there, you know, that little icon behind your name. I highly appreciate that. Thank you very much, Martina. And also, thank you very much for your birthday wishes. That is greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. So I'm really, I'm stoked. I'm just stoked, you know. And Olli, ach, hi. Wie geht's dir? Schön, dass du einschaltest. Freut mich. Liebe Grüße. Air Suave, happy birthday. Thank you very much. Where are you from, I wonder? Where are you guys from and what time is it at your place? That is what I wonder. Because in Germany, it's, I think, like 8 past 9 p.m. right now. So, yeah, 31. I can't believe it, but it's true. Oh, well, it's only 4 p.m. in the afternoon, so, well, there's some time left in the day. That's great to hear. I had a great day, actually, you know. Just like 10 minutes ago, my parents left because, you know, my grandparents were here, my parents, my aunt, my uncle, my cousins. So it was pretty much like a big family party type of thing. My brother and his girlfriend. And it was a great day. You know, it's always fun to hang out with your loved ones. And yeah, I highly appreciated that and enjoyed the day. It was a sunny day, by the way, as well. Quite warm, but not too hot yet. So, you know, don't want to complain. I hope the connection, the bandwidth is okay, because this is also the very first stream from my new flat. And with a new connection and everything, you know, like the provider's the same, but the connection is different. So, I don't know how well it's going to work out. I hope it does. I hope you won't notice it too much, if at all. So we'll see. And of course, as you might have noticed, new chair. And I also got myself a new desk that I can move up, like an electric desk sort of thing, which is awesome. I really, really like that. I actually thought about streaming while standing, but I can't do that right now because my green screen isn't high enough. So I have to have like a pedestal or something that I can put the green screen on so that I can stream standing, you know. I'm stream standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, cheers to you guys. Thanks for your kind birthday wishes. I highly appreciate that. And thanks for tuning in, of course. And for everything, for your support, you're interested in my videos, you know. It's greatly appreciated. Cheers to you guys. Delicious wine, actually. Nico Sorano, hi, thank you for tuning in. Happy birthday. And you speak some Spanish. Well, un poco, but that's about it. Like I had like a Spanish course back at school, like in grammar school, but I forgot about most of it, so I can't really speak Spanish. I wouldn't say I can speak Spanish, but I have like tiny little things that I can say, like yo me llamo Jan, yo me llamo Dave, and of course something like una cerveza por favor, bitte ein Bier, one beer please. I'm German, so yeah. I speak English and Spanish, now working on German. Wow. Spanish is way easier in my opinion, but I also learned it very young, so I'm not sure that's part of it. I guess so, but I guess you're right, because, in Spanish you only have 2 genders, whereas in German you have 3. So, and, another article that relates to that, so I guess that makes a huge difference. And of course, I think in Spanish, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Spanish term for the moon is la luna. So it's a feminine noun, whereas in German, for instance, it's a masculine noun. It's der Mond. So those are the things that... These are the ways when you come from America. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers reference there. Sorry. Not sorry. Love the new album, by the way. Unlimited Love. Not sponsored. Der Mond. The moon. La Luna. And I guess that is what can be a little bit of like a pain in the butt. I don't know. Do you listen to a band called Cage the Elephant? I know of Cage the Elephant, even though I'm not too familiar with them. Like I think I've listened to them once or twice when I was at a friend's place and he played something, but apart from that, like, I don't know too much about the band, but I remember that I didn't dislike them. I actually liked them, but I haven't really gotten around to listen to their discography yet, so yeah. Matt H, happy birthday from New Jersey, 3 p.m. Thanks and greetings to New Jersey, Matt. That is highly appreciated. Thank you very much. By the way, every time I'm looking in this direction, I'm looking at the chat, so just so you know. Sigrid van Osch. I hope I pronounced that correctly, because it sounds like a German name. Could be a German name, I don't know. Happy birthday to my favorite Ramhead on YouTube. Thank you very much, and that's a big compliment, actually. That is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thanks for saying that, Sigrid. I highly appreciate that. Naomi, wait, you're becoming 31, so young. Yes, I have become 31. Yeah, today. At 6:13 a.m., to be exact. If I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. Medicine Lady. Hello, happy birthday, Dave. Thank you very much for tuning in. Medicine Lady 20. I highly appreciate that. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Callum Doodle. Is it Doodle or Duddle? I think Doodle, right? Guten Abend aus England. I've only been learning German for 1 month. Your videos are really helpful, and I just want to say thank you. Dankeschön. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my videos, for being interested in what I do on YouTube, because that is nothing that any creator can take for granted, And I certainly don't. So that is, it keeps blowing me away every single time when I read feedback like yours, for instance, because it really means something. It shows me that I'm not doing the videos just for the sake of, making them for myself, because I like making videos and I like talking about the language and culture, but it also, people can also learn something with them, and people find them helpful or at least entertaining. And that is a great compliment that you can give to any creator out there. So thank you. Carl Creighton, South Dakota, USA, 2:09 p.m. Took a half day at work and made it seem like an emergency. Wow. I'm glad they didn't ask why. Thanks for the half day, Dave. Wow. Thank you very much, Carl. Wow. But that wouldn't have been necessary, though. I mean, I don't want to get you into trouble, It's... But thanks. Charles Ryu! Hi, Charles! What's up? How are you doing? Happy birthday from Canada! 15:09 p.m. that is. It's so early at your place. Still so early in the day. I'm a bit jealous. No, but you know, I can't and I don't want to complain because it truly was an awesome day. You know? So I can't and don't want to complain. Jill Leff, hi Jill. Hope you've had a great day, Dave. Yes, I had a great day. Thanks for asking. In UK we are an hour behind you. Yes, but it's only an hour, so that is fine. You know, that is okay. Cheers to you, the UK, of course. You know, I haven't been to the UK yet, so I definitely need to do that at some point. It's 20:10, 2010 in England right now. Buonasera. Have a nice vacation. Thank you very much. And I mean, you actually said that to Tiffany, but I'm about to have like a little vacation tomorrow because I'm gonna travel to friends in Germany from Thursday to Sunday. So I'm gonna stay over there and we're gonna have a great time. So looking forward to that. Normally I would be joining from Oregon. It's 12:11 there. Wow. Well, that is a big difference. Wow. 1:11 p.m. Was hat der kleine Dave denn zum Geburtstag bekommen? Tobias McFly asked, what did Dave get for his birthday, like as birthday gifts and presents? Well, I mostly got some money because that is the best stuff that I can use at the moment. I know that sounds strange to say, but it's true because, as I've said before, I've just moved into this new flat and without saying too much or revealing too much because I don't know yet, I have like big plans that are related to this flat. Let me put it this way. And that is, yeah, I can definitely need some money for that. So to put it this way, you know, I may be able to tell you more at some future point, but maybe not. I don't know for sure. I can't promise, won't promise anything, but we'll see. We'll see. Español es un idioma bonito. Einmal ein Bier. Ach, die Ärzte. Ja, schön. By the way, talking about the German band Die Ärzte, because Tobias McFly actually mentioned one of those lyrics on the second to last album that they just released. Einmal ein Bier. One beer, please. Because I just released a new podcast episode today from the German podcast. You may be familiar with my podcast. If not, I highly suggest or recommend it, to be precise, because it's called the German podcast because it is a podcast in German about the German language and culture and media and things that I'm interested in, and me talking about things in German. So if you want to use that as a listening practice, or if you're a native speaker, you're, you know, from Germany, for instance, du bist Deutscher, or your mother tongue is German, I guess that's the perfect podcast. You know, if you just like listening to people talking about stuff, that is, I guess, a good podcast for you, maybe. So this is the first new episode that I've released in like 3 weeks because of like me moving into the new flat and everything. So couldn't really record before, like prior to that, but now it's, you know, it's not the whole studio room that I have here, like the office, if you will. It's not really said and done, so I can't really show it yet, but there's still some work to be done, and yeah, but I'm looking forward to finishing it the way I want it to be, and I'm gonna show you around once everything is said and done, once everything is set up correctly and fully. Die Sonne, el Sol. Yeah, and with die Sonne, it's the other way around, because in German, die Sonne, the sun, is a feminine noun, whereas in Spanish, it's a masculine noun, right? Because, I mean, you know, who said it was easy? Wie fandest du das Konzert eigentlich? Ich fand das Konzert ziemlich cool, muss ich sagen. Der Klang, der Sound war auf jeden Fall besser als bei Die Ärzte. Die hatte ich ja auch im Rhein-Energiestadion gesehen. Ja, war trotzdem nicht ein optimaler Klang, fand ich. Das Konzert selber fand ich super geil. Also die Band, I just saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers live in Cologne, like 2 weeks ago. And I was just talking about my experience there. And if I enjoyed that concert, and I surely did. So that's what I just said in German to, you know, reply to Tobias McFly. Come a little closer. Okay, I will try to remember that, or I will just write that down, I guess. Thanks for the recommendation. Thank you. Alrighty. Let me put up the chat again. Wait a moment. There it is. Okay. Slender. Oh, no, not Slender. Slenden Ater, I think. Hi, and cheers to Alaska. Wow. I love how international we are again. This is so awesome. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone, from wherever you are on the globe. This is just crazy, but in a very positive way. So, highly appreciated. What time is it in Alaska, I wonder? And how many time zones does the USA have? Because I know that Russia, I think, has 11 time zones, which is quite a lot as well. But the USA, is it like 4 or 5, maybe? Maybe less, maybe more, I don't know. Because Germany only has 1. Mir ist gerade aufgefallen, dass wir vor 8 Jahren Weltmeister wurden. Ja, an meinem Geburtstag. Tatsächlich. I highly recommend it too. You also speak the Spain Spanish with the ultra soft S. That's always fun to hear. I'm in South US at the moment and grew up in South America, so Latin American Spanish is what I know or hear most. I think it's interesting, like those little nuances and like details and, you know, aspects, those differences. That is what I'm really interested in, to be honest, because it's always interesting to find out how, like, that's like the basic structure of language is the same, even though there are certain like pronunciation differences or verbalization differences, certain wordings that is like certain words that are different or used differently, and some words that are only being used in one variant of a language, in this case Spanish, or, you know, and all that kind of stuff. That is, I just find that really fascinating. I took German 4 years in high school, and videos like yours helped me sharpen my skills. Thank you very much for saying that, and that is pretty much one of the biggest compliments that you can give, I guess, to me as a content creator, because, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for saying that, Matt. Much appreciated. Have you been to Montreal or Quebec City? No, J. Cree. I've never been outside of Europe yet. So, no. 5 time zones maybe? Pacific, Mountain, Central, East Coast. And then an extra one for Alaska and Hawaii. Hawaii. I don't know. Yeah, that is what I guess that is what I guess as well. The mountain one I have never heard of, to be honest. I have heard of Pacific time. I have heard of Central time. I've heard of, like, I think it's EST, right? Is it East Coast Standard Time? Or is that something different? So, The continental US has 4 time zones: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. I've never heard of Mountain. The Mountain time zone. That's very interesting. That's very new to me as a German, to be honest. Cool. 6. Okay. Wow. Festival-Empfehlung Mainstream in Münster. Okay. Da war ich tatsächlich noch nie. MST. Now, never seen that abbreviation before either, I don't think. Interesting. Like, for which states does MST count, though? Like, is it like in the middle of the USA, or is it like, where is it? Cold wine. Love me some cold wine. I agree about I agree about the pronunciation and difference in language being really cool. Where I live in South America, it was way up in the mountains. Hillbilly Spanish is basically my pronunciation of it. Okay, that's an interesting way to put it. Hillbilly Spanish. Cochrane, my state, South Dakota, spans 2 time zones. Wow. Mountain and Central. Ah, I see. I'm on the Central side. Interesting. Colorado time. Colorado area. I'm old. I got even older today. I'm in Montreal. HAE. 1526. Okay. So early in the day for you guys. Mountain is western, but central westernish. Okay. From west to east, Pacific Mountain, Central Eastern. PMCE. Okay. Thanks for telling me, everyone. In Canada, we have Pacific Mountain, Central Eastern, Atlantic, and Newfoundland. Neufundland, yeah, of course. That's also a thing. But it's interesting that it has its own time zone, though. Wouldn't have expected that, necessarily. So, that's interesting. Mr. Lincoln Jason, guten Tag. Guten Tag. Good day, sir. Thanks for tuning in. How are you doing? And what time is it at your place? I hope the music isn't too loud, by the way. If it is, feel free to tell me. Because that is something that I can't really check on my own while I'm streaming. So, you know, in terms of audio levels, if something isn't quite right, if something is too low or too high, like as in terms of the volume, please tell me. Because I can't really tell that when I'm streaming right now. Oh, I mean, I could try to say that, but I would definitely butcher that because I don't speak French, even though I have French ancestors from my father's side, as far as I know. Is it Revancy de l'Est? I'm sorry. French or EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. Ah, like daylight savings time. No music? Okay, so it's very low. Now it should be more audible, I think. Sorry. Hopefully. Silent grooving, yeah. Must have looked weird, I guess. Don't mind though. How are you, Dave? I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. Hope you are doing great as well. And see, that also reveals that I'm very German. That I'm a German, actually, because I actually answered that question, you know? Because I think in the US, or parts of the US at least, you would just use that as like a greeting phrase. Without being interested necessarily in what the other or how the other person is doing, not meaning that in a negative way, of course, but just like that is a cultural difference, I feel, because in German, when someone asks you "Wie geht's dir?" how are you doing, like in a informal colloquial way, for instance, or even in a formal way, wie geht es Ihnen, how are you doing, they will definitely tell you how they are doing. And if they are doing great or not so great, they will definitely tell you. Whereas I think, from what I know, I've read and heard in the US, it's just like a phrase. I could be wrong, but that is what I caught up on. Oh, that's a Fort Minor reference there. Saw what you did there, Tobias. It's 8:23 p.m. over here. Ah, well, that's not, too late in the day. Or like too much behind Germany. Like an hour, actually. So it's the UK, I guess. This is 10, I just saw that. Music might be too... CSC actually splits into two during this year. One part that turns the clock back 1 hour and one part that doesn't. Wow, okay. Interesting. Why is that, though? By the way, Nicholas, thanks for tuning in. Hi. And also hi to Billy Goat. That's a great name. What are you listening to? Well, it's pretty much like royalty-free electronic-ish music. So, yeah, nothing too specific. Oh, it's in the music. Okay, I was just confused for a moment because it made like the sound of like a recording machine. Answering machine. Yes, can hear nice background groove now. Germany, we say, "Ey Keule, wat geht?" But that's very colloquial in slang, though. But yeah, some Germans might actually say that. Oh, it just feels like a weekend for me today, to be honest. Feels like Saturday or Sunday, but it's Wednesday actually. So maybe it's because I have some days off, so feels different. Nice touch. Answered bad to my boss when he asked how I was doing. Answered good. Then, well, I definitely like that. Honesty pays off. I truly believe that, so. I wonder, like, with me having turned 31, how old are you? If you want to tell or reveal. How old are you? And how old do you feel? Because that might not actually be the same age. I wonder. Because I truly feel like I don't feel like anything different than when I was like, or to when I was 25, like plus-ish. I don't feel too much different, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I become a little bit grayer here and there, That is definitely something that I keep noticing, but yeah. Also, Dave, I was out fishing with a friend yesterday and I caught 3 pike within 20 minutes. What's a pike again? Like a pike fish. Do you have phrases that people in your area that nowhere else in Germany has? Yeah, there are quite a few actually, but it depends on the context. I mean, what's a good example? For instance, you could say, "Ich krieg die Pimpanellen." You know, I'm getting crazy here because, you know, I can't stand it any longer. That is such bullshit. You know, ich krieg die Pimpernellen. I'm going mad over this. You know, that is something that people in my area would say. For instance. Give it to me, baby. Yeah. The Offspring reference. Before some people might get that wrong. My standard answer, good, yourself. That's also quite German, to be honest, yeah. I'll turn 40 on July 30th, but I don't feel that old, and I certainly don't look it. See, and that's all that matters, I feel. 38, feel 38. 53, feel 20 with 33 years experience. See, that's also a good way to put it, Charles. That's actually a very smart way to put it, now that I think about it. Sorry, Mr. Lincoln Jason, by the way, because YouTube seems to block your comments every now and then. It's not me doing that, it's pretty much YouTube automatically, so don't you worry about that. But I say 29 for the 9th time, 38. Ich bin gerade durch Stranger Things in einen kleinen 80s-Vibe gekommen. Du, in dem bin ich immer, tatsächlich, mehr oder weniger. Ich habe für jedes Jahrzehnt auf Spotify eine eigene Playlist und die 80er-Playlist und die 2000er-Playlist ist, glaube ich, sind die vollsten, die ich habe. Wobei die anderen auch ziemlich voll sind, aber ich liebe die 80er-Mucke einfach nur. I love 80s music. That is what I just said to Tobias, because he actually said that he got some like really heavy 80s vibes through Stranger Things. And, you know, I replied that I always have 80s vibes going on in terms of music because I love music. I have a dedicated playlist on Spotify for each of the last 60-ish decades, actually, from the 60s onwards to the 2020s. And I think the 80s playlist and the 2000s playlist, those are the two playlists that are the fullest, you know, that contain the most songs, actually. So, Jesselyn, how are you doing? And hi. I was actually gonna say hi, and then I switched over to how, so it was, hi, how are you doing? Cheers to you, my friend. Wie geht's dir, Jess? Ich hoffe, dir geht's gut. Liebe Grüße. Wir müssen uns bald mal wieder treffen irgendwann. 26, age 31, feel probably 25 to 26-ish. Also, I have to take my kitty to the vet soon. Do you have any experiences with veterinarians okay, in Germany? Curious if it's any different from here. Yes and no, because I have never had pets on my own. Like, we as a family, my parents had or have pets, cats in specific. So I have joined them when they went to the vet every now and then. But yeah, it wasn't really like anything specific that I could actually report from that, to be honest, or like tell you in terms of going to the vet in Germany. But it's pretty much, it's just, you know, they take care of the problem and the illness, and they treat the kitty, and I think that's it's nothing out of the ordinary. That is what I want to say. So it's an interesting question though, but I truly feel like they certainly try everything they can to help kittens or pets, animals in general. So I'm personally 15 years, I'm still in my teen years, and I feel like an adult. See? And, you know, in Germany, you would become an adult in 3 years from now, because in Germany, you're considered an adult at the age of 18. I've actually made a video about that, because it, you know, like I think back in the up to like 1973, 74, it was still the age of 21, the age of consent, but then it changed and dropped to 18. And by the way, you can actually drink alcohol in public in Germany without any problem, basically. And also you can get beer and wine and those light forms of alcohol, to put it this way, from the age of 16 onwards. So and next year I'm gonna be 16 plus 16 actually. Wow. Thinking about it. Heidewitzka. Heidewitzka is also a very, very cool term. Yeah. My son is 21. That makes me feel old. Wow. My little brother is about to turn 26 in a few days. So that also says a lot. In case you're watching, hi Matze. I think I spider. Yeah, I definitely still have that pillow in my living room. I'm 70. Wow. Wow, that is a great honor actually, that, you know, people from all ages watch my videos. I'm just gonna say that out loud because it truly blows me away. So, wow. Thank you, sir. I'm 70, feel and think like I am in my 20s. Still listen to rock and heavy metal. That is very cool, actually. Wow. Much respect. Happy birthday. Billy Goat. 80er Musik. Post-Punk or Synth-Pop? Oder Synth-Pop? Both. Beides. I like all kinds of music, to be honest. Like, I usually, like, what I listen to the most is rock, progressive metal, that kind of stuff. Porcupine Tree, Opeth, Tool, Riverside, and, you know, Jethro Tull, stuff like that. That is what I listen to the most, but I also listen to much electronic music, actually, these days. For instance, the latest Stephen Wilson album, The Future Bites, or something like Pendulum, or, you know, 80s synth pop. Always a sucker for that, so yeah. But also new stuff, you know. For instance, something like Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, you know, even though it's played constantly and very often, it's a great modern electronica song. So, yeah. Just wanted to drop by and wish you a happy birthday, Sascha! Dankeschön! Hoffe, du bist noch da. Freut mich sehr. Wie geht's dir? Hör mal. Und vielen lieben Dank. Das weiß ich sehr zu schätzen. Hatte einen schönen Tag. I'm sorry. Kann mich nicht beklagen. Stranger Things was also filmed in New Mexico. Wow, okay, I didn't know that. I only know that Breaking Bad was filmed in New Mexico. Albuquerque. I'm good. Busy with studying. Cheers to you too. You will make it. Jess, I believe in you. Ren Shiwu. Hi. Thanks for tuning in, Ren. Wow, on the public drinking. Stranger Things was filmed in Georgia. The scenes in Hawkins, at least. Oh, I think The Walking Dead was also filmed in Georgia, like in the Atlanta area, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. Could be wrong, though. In Canada, it's 18 to be an adult, 16 for a driver's license. See, that's a bit different in Germany, though, because, you know, the standard minimum age for, you know, driving on your own in Germany is 18, but you can start taking your driver's tests and, you know, and everything, driver's lessons from the age of, I think, in terms of a car, from like 16 and a half at the earliest, if I'm not mistaken. And at the age of 17, you can drive a car, but with a specific person sitting next to you. That has to be that exact person. and that person also has to fulfill certain requirements and, you know, hit certain requirements. For instance, I think they have to be over 23 years old, and they have to have a driver's license since 5 years, like for at least 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that because I only made like driver's license at the age of 18, which is pretty much, or was standard back in my day, 2009. So I'm not too sure, but yeah. Any tips and tricks for Oktoberfest? I'm going for the first time this September. I've never been there myself, but together with my dear YouTube mate, bro, Get Germanized, I actually filmed, I think, 1 or 2 videos about the Oktoberfest, and we did a little FAQ of sorts, which I can link you to if you want to check that out. And I think we also did like a German beer taste test type of thing. Just gonna look that up real quick. Oktoberfest. I mean, be prepared to invest quite some money, I guess, because it's not really cheap. It's not really cheap, nope. Wow, that's a really old video actually. And my English is very different in that video, if I'm not mistaken. So, I don't know. Sechste Staffel Better Call Saul schon angefangen? Noch nicht, nee. Ich gucke jetzt erstmal Stranger Things und dann gucke ich Better Call Saul weiter. I'm 36, but I feel like I'm 25. Rihatz Bersins, I hope I didn't butcher your name. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you. Are you going to Wacken? No. Do you know Combi Christ? Yes. But not really, like, specifically. I know their name. Like, I basically know that they exist, but I couldn't name a song by them. But no, I'm not going to Wacken. I've never been to Wacken yet. I think that's something that I guess as a German I have to do at some point. But not planned for this year. Maybe some point in the future. I still dig old school Opeth, but I also dig the new Opeth, to be honest, because it's really like more 70s-ish prog rock without the growling. But I like both. Like, I really enjoy the old Opeth. I think Ghost Reveries might be my favorite album. But I also like, for instance, an album like Pale Communion or the latest one, In Cauda Venenum. All really, really high quality albums. Dave, what is your favorite type of beer? Hefeweizen, Kölsch, Altbier, Bock, etc. You know, when it comes to beer, I'm a bit picky. I usually don't drink too much beer. I rather drink like mead, honey wine. But sometimes what I really like is Radler, which is pretty much beer flavored with lime, if I'm not mistaken. And I also like mixed beers. That is what I prefer for the most part, which is like beer mixed with Coca-Cola, for instance. And those types of beers are also quite big in Germany. So that is what I prefer for the most part. Das ist ein bisschen sehr warm hier unterm Dach, ja, das glaube ich. Mein Beileid. Mitleid. Ja, vielleicht auch beides. Schmilzt nicht weg. Mistake! In Quebec, it's 18. Rest of Canada is different. Sorry for the mistake. Unforgivable. Charles. Unforgivable. No. No, just kidding. But thanks for telling me, of course. Also, pike is a predator fish. They are described as fresh eater shark due to their set of teeth. Google it. Okay. Pike. I've heard of that fish before, but I can't really tell what it is from the top of my head. Pike fish. German. Hecht. Ah, der Hecht. Okay. Alles klar. Alright, then I know what type of fish it is. Yes, and they can actually get quite tall. Or like big. If ich gegen Heisenberg kämpfen musste. Oh, Opeth. They're doing a special tour where they play a song from every album. Yeah, I've heard of that. Yep, I've heard of that. I think they're playing in Berlin, Wiesbaden, and Wuppertal. Ah, nice. It's like an anniversary type of tour, I guess. I've seen them live once, actually, in Cologne in 2019. The Opeth concert in Cologne in 2019 actually was the last concert before the pandemic hit. So, but this year I actually returned to going to concerts, and so feels so good again. Oh, by the way, talking about like Steven Wilson and Porcupine Tree. Nice. Walking Dead filmed in the state of Georgia. Yes, named for a German, by the way. George II of Great Britain, born in Hanover. Ah. New Jersey has crazy laws now on getting your driver's license. I was the last under old laws. Got my learner's permit at 17 in June 2001. Wow. Full license in August 2001. Okay. Interesting. Wacken can't wait. Only 21 years to go. Years. Days. Years. Check out Modern Demon. Okay. Gonna write that down. Thanks for the recommendation. Jesselyn Jess. Combi Christa. What's the name of the song again? Where is it? Where is it? Modern Demon. Der moderne Dämon. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Uh, 18 everywhere except Ontario. They are adults at 19. Okay, interesting. Didn't know that. Why is that though? Freshwater. Auf dem Mainstream konnte man Rum kaufen. 35 € eine Flasche. Hab mir eine gegönnt. Will mich auch mal wie ein richtiger Pirat fühlen. Also ich liebe, also Rum mag ich auch sehr. Rum Cola. Ne? Captain Cola mag ich ganz gerne tatsächlich. Kann ich sehr empfehlen. Ich muss weiter lernen. Viel Spaß und hoffentlich sehen wir uns irgendwann bald. Das hoffe ich auch, Jesselyn. Ne? Viel Glück und Erfolg für deine Prüfung, ne? Dass alles gut wird. Und aber ich mache mir da keine großen Sorgen bei dir. Du wirst das schon schaffen. Ne? Liebe Grüße und bis bald. Danke fürs Reinschalten. Okay, something just fell behind me. I don't know what that was. Happy birthday from Bangladesh. Wow. Yafi, thank you very much for tuning in from Bangladesh. I think that's a first, actually. As far as I can tell. Thank you very much. And greetings. Cheers to Bangladesh from Germany, of course. Wow. What time is it in Bangladesh? Bangladesh. That is the more German pronunciation, by the way. Bangladesh. My parents live in a community where pike have invaded the local lake. Wow. You can get paid money to kill them. Like Christoph Waltz in Django. Django Unchained. Love that movie. I failed my driving test, but they let me pass because it was a snowstorm. Wow. Okay, well, that is fair, though. Kulant. I've also got my Steven Wilson shirt on. Happy birthday, man. Jordan Strang. Hi, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in. And that is really cool. Thumbs up for Steven Wilson. By the way, this Sunday, there's going to be a new album listening party. Some of you might know what that is. It's pretty much a mixture of me reacting to an album for the first time, in this case, in English, but also teaching related German terms. For instance, translations of the song titles, in this case, because I'm gonna listen to the new Porcupine Tree album, Closure Continuation, for the first time live on stream this Sunday here on YouTube. So if you want to tune in, I hope it's gonna be a great album. I only know 3 songs. I'm also gonna listen to the special edition, like the bonus tracks, the 3 ones. So gonna be a longer stream, I guess. But I'm really looking forward to that. I actually wanted to do that one in late June when the album was released originally, but because I was moving and I had stuff to do, I couldn't get around to do it earlier. So, yeah. I feel you about concerts. My last one before the pandemic was the 17th of February 2020, Tenacious D. I actually saw Tenacious D live at Rock am Ring in 2019. I think it was the band that played before Slipknot, so that was an interesting mixture. Great live band though, both. Now, on the 24th of June, I finally went to concert again and saw Kiss on their farewell tour. Never been a big Kiss guy, to be honest. I mean, I like a few of their songs, but I don't know. Like Paul Stanley with his Rock is Dead stuff. I don't know. It's not the biggest fan of that, though. But I appreciate them for their cultural, musical impact, of course, in the scene, because they certainly have had that. I have another decent rock band. I love Biffy Claro. Actually saw them live twice, I think. But it was like 10 years ago. But I still listen to them every now and then, and I definitely like them. And they actually recorded a remix of a Stephen Wilson solo song, Personal Shopper, the Biffy Claro remix, so to speak. Mon the Biff. That's all I'm gonna say as well. La Brethi Shona Duit. Blue Bilbo, hi. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope that I didn't butcher that. La Brethi Shona Duit. That was totally wrong, I think. But alles Gute zum Geburtstag auf Irisch. Happy birthday in Irish. Wow. I love the sound of Irish. It always reminds me of that, like, elfish type of language in Lord of the Rings, to be honest. Which I also like. Kiss put on a good show. Tenacious D, not sure. I've seen Kiss a few times. They put on quite a show. I can imagine that. You know, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike the band, but it's not what I would listen to on my own necessarily, for the most part. If, you know, I Was Made for Loving You plays on the radio, I don't turn off the radio. And if there's like 1 or 2 of the other more like popular songs playing in my 80s playlist, because I do have them in there, I do listen to them and I don't mind them, you know, but I'm not like a big Kiss fan in that sense. So I don't know. Something about that band always has had me like being a bit distant to them. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing like a disservice to them in that sense, but yeah. And then I read like that stuff like Rock is Dead here and there, and I was like, oh, really? That bullshit again? Sorry for the language, but because rock isn't dead as long as people listen to it, and there are more than enough new and upcoming rock and metal bands coming out every day, releasing music into the world. Just because people from like older generations that have listened to rock and metal in the 80s or like 70s don't actively try to find those new bands doesn't mean that rock is dead. That is my point. And that is why I think that's like a bullshit argument. So, because it's just bullshit. I just have to say it like that. It's, you know. Oh, I forgot, Dave. Happy birthday. Thank you very much, and no worries. By the way, thinking or reading, they do put on quite a show. In the podcast episode that was released today, the new podcast, the German podcast episode, I talk about the last 3 concerts that I attended: Die Ärzte, Rammstein, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. 3 pretty cool shows. And if you want to find out what I have to say about those concerts in German, of course, because it's the German podcast, feel free to check it out. You can listen to the German podcast on pretty much all common podcast platforms like Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, and also podcast apps. And if you really enjoy my podcast, by the way, one more thing that I want to mention, please consider to rate it, because sometimes you can actually rate it with like up to 5 stars, and that really helps a lot to be found by other people. So if you enjoy my podcast and if you like what you are listening to every now and then, that would be of great help. So thank you in advance to everyone or anyone who might consider that. Also, Quebec bars and clubs close at 3 a.m. and we have a project for clubs all weekend open like in Paris. Does Germany have the same type of clubs? Starts Friday night and close Sunday afternoon. I mean, I'm not the biggest club goer necessarily. I'm more like a bar type of guy. But so I can't really say for sure. But there might be something like that, like maybe on like special occasions when they have like, you know, party all night long, all day long, 3 days in a row. Maybe like a special event like that might actually be a thing, but apart from that, I'm not too sure. Have a good birthday. I'll catch you next time. Thank you very much for tuning in though, Nico. I really appreciated that. So thanks and cheers. Have a nice day. How's your book doing, by the way? And do you plan to release it through an official publisher or will it be self-published? I haven't really worked on the book again lately, or as of late, because I was busy with moving into this new flat and with, you know, other dates, with like meetings with friends and this and that, and yeah, don't want to complain, don't get me wrong, but I was quite busy, so I haven't been able to work on that book again yet, but I intend to do that soon-ish, hopefully, once everything, like the studio room is set up and everything, because right now it isn't. It's not, so I still have some work to do here, but yeah. Hope to have it finished by the end of this month, at least, so we'll see. And in terms of publishing it, I guess it may be very tough to publish it through an official publisher. I guess it might be quite difficult to find one that is interested in you as an unknown author, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know too much about that whole scene and how that works yet, and that is why I actually thought about, you know, publishing it on my own, like doing self-publishing, but I'm not too sure. I don't know. Good question though. Ich muss leider schon Tschüss sagen. Bett wartet. Thanks for tuning in. Danke fürs Reinschalten, fürs Reinschauen, Tobi, und gute Nacht. I'd like to know about your book progress too. There's not much more that I can tell actually. I really want to get it out. I'm still in the process of doing post-production work. But and I have like to commission someone to make a cover artwork piece type of thing at some point, I guess. And yeah, so it might take a while. And there's also another related project to the book that I can't really talk about too much yet, but that also takes some time. So it might still take some time. Maybe it will be published this year still, maybe not. I'm gonna let you know in a video, I guess, like an update news type of video once everything is ready to be published, and when you can buy it actually and get it. So getting quite hot in here. So hot. I dig Gene Simmons' heavier vocals more, like on songs as War Machine, God of Thunder, Love It Loud, Gold Gin, Cold Gin, Gold Gin. I saw Biffy live in Ireland just after Puzzle came out. Puzzle is one of my favorite Biffy Clyro albums. It was also the first one that I listened to back in the day, the first album that I discovered when I discovered them. So, because the first song that I listened to was Who's Got a Match, and I just love that whole album, you know. It's the perfect mixture to me. Puzzle by Biffy Clyro is the perfect mixture between the old, rather dissonant and raw Biffy Clyro style and the new, the more modern and more polished, more melodic, openly melodic and directly melodic style they have going on. So I think Puzzle is pretty much the perfect blend of those two styles and variations, if you will. And there was only 200 people in the crowd. Then a few years later I saw them again and there was over 1,000. They have such a unique sound. They do. Especially like the little guitar licks, like the little details that Simon actually plays on the guitar here and there. Like little licks that are just like interesting to the ear. And also quite progressive, to be honest. So I definitely dig that. And they have pretty much like blown up in recent years, but more power to them, you know, because I think they definitely deserve that success. If, you know, I'm someone who can actually say that, because who am I to judge, of course. But all I want to say is I'm happy for them and for their success. So Tolkien made the Elfish language-based Finnish, I think. Maybe Celtic languages like Irish, Gaelic had some influence. Tolkien's area of study was Gothic, Anglo-Saxon, and Norse. Okay. I see, okay. Anglo-Saxon and Norse are much closer to German than modern English is. Isengard is Anglo-Saxon, I think. So Isen, like in Isengard, is the same as Eisen. Yes, I actually thought about that too, but I wasn't sure if that is like a correlation or if it just sounds similar. But yeah, in German it's das Eisen, the iron. Which, by the way, many Germans actually mispronounce because they say iron, but it's iron. So many people actually say like Iron Man in Germany. And yeah, have to be a bit picky there. I'm sorry. Dear fellow Germans out there. Okidoki. So. It's getting quite warm in here, actually. Me and a friend of mine are big metalheads, and we're thinking of starting a band when we have the time. To my mental problems, I whip up lyric like it's nothing, and they're normally quite good. Okay. Feel free to send me a link once you've recorded something, and I will take a listen. Remember, if you still need someone to proofread, you can ask me. My only price will be that you have to proofread mine as well. That sounds like an interesting deal. I will definitely keep that in mind. Thanks for the offer. What's your favorite Biffy song? Mine is either A Hunger in Your Heart or Bubbles. Both great songs, to be honest. Favorite Biffy Clyro song? That's a tough question, actually, because they have many, many great songs. So it's hard to decide on one. Wow, that's a difficult question, to be honest. I don't know. I also like more of the deeper cuts on the albums, like for instance something like Boom Blast and Ruin. I think that is a song that I really like. I mean, of course, The Golden Rule is awesome. Different People, the first song on Opposites, because I like the build-up of it, and when it really hits and the guitar lick comes in, that is like a strong moment. Spanish, what is it? Spanish Guitars? What's it called? That song I also like a lot. Tiny Indoor Fireworks I also like a lot, actually, because it's such an uplifting song. Yeah, but I pretty much like all the albums, so it's Black Chandelier is also a great song. The Jokes on Us, I think it's called, is another one that I really like. So Der Eiserne Kanzler, Just by Glitter and Trauma, also great. I still can't stop recommending Scrivener enough. Okay, gonna write that down. Scrivener. Gonna bookmark that. Thanks once again for recommending that. Dave, I will find a way to send you a link for one of them. If you have it, I could send you it through Discord. Yes, I have a Discord server. You can join it if you want to. I think should be linked in the video description. Dave Durden's Diner, it's called. It's also a great place, by the way, for people that are learning German, and if you want to exchange your approaches or opinions on the German language and culture and everything like that, stuff like that, if you want to do that, I think my Discord server might be a good point to start. You know, apart from, of course, the comment section under my videos, and live streams, for that matter. Hunger in Your Heart really impressed me when it came out. Yes, same. But Unknown Male 01, I think it's called as well, because I like when it really like that, when it hits. You know, I think they actually do a great job at, you know, using dynamics in their favor, and start really slow and quiet, and then dum dum, you know, getting louder all of a sudden. I think that is really effective when they do that. I'm sorry. A bit tired, to be honest. Has nothing to do with you, it's just me being old. It seems like metal is a bigger part of the musical landscape in Nordic countries than, for example, North America. Is metal big in Germany? Yes, it is, I would say. Why do you think this is so? Well, I guess one part of it is the Wacken festival, because it's pretty much known everywhere in Germany. And we've had like many internationally acclaimed metal bands in Germany over the past like 20, 30, maybe even 40 years. Creator, for instance, Halloween, Blind Guardian. Quite a more recent one, which is also from my hometown, by the way, Orden Ogan. They actually used to record, I think, their albums like 2 streets below where I used to live. So they are from Arnsberg, from my hometown. So, and of course Rammstein, Scorpions. So I think it's just like a big thing in northern Europe, like northern Europe in general, like in the Scandinavian countries, it's really big. Of course, like in Sweden and Finland especially. There are many great bands coming from those countries in terms of rock and metal. And not just ABBA, by the way. Nothing against ABBA, of course, but there's much more to discover in those countries, music-wise, than just that single one band. So, yeah. So we've had quite some like metal history in Germany so far. So maybe that also has to do with that. Bum ba bum bum bum. I must go to bed. I have a great evening and happy birthday. Thanks for tuning in, by the way, Blue Bilbo. Highly appreciate it, and have a nice day, evening, and everything else, and have a great time, basically. Good night. There's quite a lot of metal here. From the top of my head, there are bands from Germany I can think of at the moment. Rammstein, die Apokalyptischen Reiter, Eisregen, Eisbrecher as well, for instance, Umf, Tankard, Sodom, Destruction. That was the first Biffy Claro song that I heard and was really good. I tried learning it on guitar, but it is a little bit fast for me. Bubbles was a song I could play fully. Bubbles, Mountains, for instance, another one that I really like. The Captain, of course. Yeah. And, of course, how could I forget that? Living is a problem because everything dies. I love the intro to that song and the dynamic shift, or the dynamics in that song. The staccato riffs and everything, it's just awesome. Creator, Holy Moses, Halloween, Rage as well, yes. Lacrimas Profundere, Debauchery, or Debauchery, I think. Except, I also like them quite a lot. Dirk Schneider, Udo, der Udo, Lindenberg. I second the Scrivener recommendation. I've tried many others, and it's been the best one for me. Okay, I really have to check that out then. And by the way, hi Nicholas. Thanks for tuning in. I hope I didn't overlook yourself yet. But I don't think I actually did. Thanks for tuning in. Happy birthday, buddy. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot. Heaven Shall Burn. Nehara sagt mir jetzt nichts. Japanische Kampfhörspiele kenne ich. Equilibrium, Excrementary Grindfuckers. Yes. Cock and Ball Torture. Okay. Electric Callboy. Dave just sent you a follow on Facebook. Took me a while to find you. Lol. Thank you. But I'm not really too active on Facebook. Just gonna like in private terms. I'm using it in terms of my job quite a lot, like professionally. But I'm not really that busy on Facebook anymore. Privately speaking, I'm more active on Instagram and Twitter in comparison. Even though that has become less as well, because, I'm working as a social media manager, and I'm also using social media with my second job, which is YouTube. And I really don't want to use social media so much in my spare time anymore, because I'm already using it so much in terms of like my jobs, and I don't mind because it's much fun and I can totally use it in a professional way and look at it in a professional way. But in terms of my private life, I don't know. Every now and then I still upload something to Instagram, and I definitely like it as well. But I'm not someone who has to post everything on and all that they are doing every single day. I just don't want to do that anymore. I actually did that for a brief period of time a couple of years ago, and more power to people who want to do that. You know, it's their personal decision, but I just don't feel like doing that. Just gonna say that out loud. So every now and then I will post something, most probably on either Instagram or Twitter or Twitter. But apart from that, I don't know. But I'm quite frequently posting something, as I've said before, in terms of the YouTube channel, because I also have like a Vlog Dave Twitter, I have a Vlog Dave Instagram. You can find all those socials and handles in each video description that I have, if you want to follow me there and stay up to date that way. And of course, you might already know that, and if you have done that already, thumbs up to you, subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and also make sure to activate the bell icon so you will never miss a video if you're really interested in what I'm doing. So that's the typical stuff that YouTubers keep saying, but it really is important for us because, you know, it's quite obvious, I think, why. So I also have to say that every now and then. That's part of the job, so to speak. But I'm not complaining. Spiraling 69, thank you very much. Cheers. And thanks for tuning in. Do sentient? Ill-disposed are Danish, I think. I don't think they are from Germany, though. But I know them, and I like their song Still Sane, for instance, and their album, I think, 1 to 800 Vindications, I think it's called. Definitely like that album. I think their singer, Bo Summer, actually has great low register growling voice. But if I'm not mistaken, they are from Denmark and not from Germany. I could be wrong, though. Ostkreuz, Eisbrecher, Umf, Scorpions, and many more. Wrong Udo Dave. Yeah, I know. I know that. I was just like, Udo Lindenberg, I know. Because I like the way he speaks. But I know that it's a different Udo. Udo Dickmeister. I think he's called, right? Dick Schneider. Dick Schneider, not Dickmeister. Doro, of course, you know, Doro Pesch, one of the most well-known female German vocalists in the metal scene. And of course, Angela Gosso, or Angela Gosso, the former Arch Enemy singer. She is from Cologne, I think. But her ancestry is, I think, Ukrainian, if I'm not mistaken. Even though Arch Enemy is a Swedish band, of course, but she was from Germany. Or at least lived there. Or lives there. Happy birthday, Dave. Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you very much. Cheers to you. What kind of Kuchen did you have? Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, very German, actually. I don't know what that is in English, to be honest. Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte. I guess there's a fancy German term for that. Cake. And what I had chocolate muffins and blueberry muffins. I also had, what was the other thing? Like I think, what was it? Apple pie, I think. Yeah. All very delicious, of course. Are you a fan of any football team? Not really, to be honest. Like football in terms of, or in the sense of soccer, because American football, even though it is a thing in Germany as well these days, it's nowhere near as popular as it is in America. In Germany, like the national sports in Germany is Fußball, football, aka soccer, by far. And I don't dislike Borussia Dortmund. to be honest, because I'm living close to Dortmund, I guess. I guess that's a good enough reason. I don't know. So, Black Forest Cake. Yep. Schwarzwälder Kirschkuchen. Black Forest Cake. Hey, alles Gute zum Geburtstag. Hab schon lange geschaut. Deine Videos sind toll. Mr. March, thank you very much for tuning in and for saying that. That is much appreciated. Thank you. Cheers to you. Black Forest Cherry Cake. One of my favorites. Mine too. Warlock. Yeah. Her band. Or her former band, I think. Don't know if she's still in there. If they still exist, actually. There's only one cake more German than that. Zwetschgenkuchen. Oh, yes. Not the biggest fan of Zwetschgenkuchen, to be honest, though. But, we just called it Black Forest Cake or German chocolate cake. I see. Doo-doo-deep, doo-doo-deep, doo-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-deep, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-dee-dee-dee. Okay, guys. 3 more minutes, I'd say. And then we're gonna call it a day. But the next stream is around the corner. Because it's always much fun to have live streams with you guys. That's quite a word. Zwetschgenkuchen. Yes, and I guess it's pretty hard to pronounce and verbalize. Zwetschgenkuchen. Dave, you kind of look like the Coach Beard character from the British American football team comedy Ted Lasso. He has a beard, but his name is Beard too. Okay. I never heard of that before, but Ted Lasso, team coach. Uh-huh. Okay. Definitely have to look that up a bit more later on. That's interesting. Ah, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. It has been a long day for me. Well, but I still wanted to do the stream, of course. So I hope you actually enjoyed it. Ted Lasso is on Apple TV Plus in Germany. Very funny, Dave. I think it also got some Annie nominations. Okay. Do you know Tokotronic? Yes, I do, even though I'm not really familiar with them. Of course, you know Beatsteaks. The Beatsteaks are a very cool German band. Die Ärzte, Die Toten Hosen, Adam Angst, I think, as well. Adieu, Dave. Adieu, goodbye, auf Wiedersehen. Ach ja. Rammstein. And on that note, but before I'm gonna say goodbye, I'm gonna say Surium or Surium Nocturnam. I hope I didn't butcher that. Thank you very much for your kind birthday wishes and for saying that. That is greatly appreciated. Much appreciated, actually. But I have to go right now because it's really getting warm in here and I'm noticing that I'm getting a bit tired. But not because of you, but because I'm old and it was a long day. So don't you worry. However, don't you worry either, because I'm gonna have a new live stream soon. Yep, I'm gonna be back with a new live stream soon-ish, I think. And I'm also gonna show you the new flat once everything's set up, I think. Might take a little bit though. So we'll see about that. thank you very much for tuning in. Next video or next live stream will take place this Sunday, which is going to be an album listening party, like an album review live stream, album reaction live stream, for the new Porcupine Tree album, Closure Continuation. And I'm really looking forward to that, because I'm a huge Porcupine Tree fan. I haven't listened to the album yet, so it's going to be a blind reaction, a first time reaction. And yes, I'm really excited about that. So thank you very much for your kind words, for your birthday wishes, for everything, for the support, for the interest in my videos, and for everything, basically, for being here and for having tuned in. Highly appreciate it. And of course, hi Hexium, last but not least, alles Gute zum Geburtstag, happy birthday, that is in German. Thank you very much for saying that, Hexium. That is greatly appreciated as well. So, cheers. And adieu, goodbye, auf